Welcome to the newest episode of Beyond the Fame with Jason Fraley. I'm your host, Jason Fraley, picking the brains of the top filmmakers, musicians, and artists of our time. Sophia Lillis stars in the new indie comedy drama flick, The Adults, in movie theaters this weekend. She joined me to discuss working with co-stars Michael Cera and Hannah Gross, as well as her memories of Stephen King's It and Wes Anderson's Asteroid City. Hey, Sophia Lillis. Hey, thanks so much for joining us on WTOP in Washington, D.C.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me.
Well, we're here talking about your new film, The Adults. It just premiered at the Berlin Film Festival earlier this year, and it opens August 18th. You and I know what it's about, but just for our listeners, give them the basic premise of, who Eric is, coming home, poker games, and his sisters, the whole deal.
So I play Maggie. It's about these three that having seen each other for a while, and it's their first time in a while to have kind of this family reunion. It's all about trying to, what it means to be a family, and also what it means to grow up, because they all kind of remain like their kids' selves, especially when they're together. It's all about grief and how they deal with it. And I play Maggie, the youngest sibling, and I'm the person trying to keep the family together. I bring back, childhood memorabilia and, try to get them to talk. And yes, that's the role that I play in this movie.
Gotcha. So Michael Cera is playing Eric, the oldest, and then you're the youngest, Maggie, and then it's Hannah Gross. Is she the middle sibling, Rachel?
The middle child, yes.
Gotcha. All right. Well, what was it like? Let's take them one at a time. Was it like working with Michael Cera? We loved him in Juno and Superbad, Arrested Development, all that stuff. I assume you were a huge fan of those movies, probably growing up, and then now you're getting to work with him. But what do you notice him now as an actor yourself, a talented actress yourself? Like, what do you think makes him such a great actor?
I don't know. He's a very natural actor. I think he stays true to himself. From what I noticed, he uses, I guess, I don't know what his method is, but I know he uses, it seems like he, whatever he does, he always kind of morphs into a certain character, maybe using his own personal experiences or something like that. But whatever he did, he's very natural, and that's what I really like about his acting and the way he speaks. So it was great working with him and kind of seeing how he works and what he's doing, and so I try to learn from him, I guess. Nice. And he's also just very easy to talk to, which was very nice when doing a scene with him. So the rapport was there, and it felt very natural, all of it. So
that's
also
great.
He's just a good person.
Yeah, seems like it. Well, and how about Hannah Gross? We remember from Mindhunter, but how did you bond with her sort of as sisters to make that believable on screen? Did you, before the role start, and Michael, the three of you, did you all get together and, have time together so that by the time you got to act on screen, it seemed like you were really three siblings?
Yeah, no, it was really easy to get to know her. She's such a funny character, just generally. We did a lot of, rehearsals beforehand, because there's all this, singing and dancing involved. So we took some time beforehand to kind of flesh that out. And in doing so, we got to actually, hang out with each other and get to, know each other. And that really, really helped, I think, in creating this kind of this relationship, this sibling relationship. So that helped a lot. And it was so nice to be around these people. They're just so easy to talk to and be around. So I think I really lucked out. And Dustin, the director, is such a good director. I mean, he really knows how to create this environment that just, it makes things so how do you say it? It's just so easy. I know I keep using that word, but it just, everything feels like I'm not forcing anything. It's such a nice, it's like we're making something together, so yeah.
It's a comfortable set environment where you can do your thing.
Comfortable set.
There you go. And it's how do you say his last name? It's Dustin Guy Defa or Defa? How do you say it?
It's Defa.
Defa. All right. So yeah, people remember Dustin's Sundance hit "Person to Person" a couple years ago, and this one, the adults, it is. We should tell everyone it's sort of it's a blend of comedy and drama, right? It's like what they say, the dramedy.
It is, yes, you could call it a dramedy, yeah, for sure.
Okay, cool. So our listeners, if they want to check this out, are they gonna laugh a little? They're gonna cry a little. It runs the gamut of emotions.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about siblings, and when you're hanging out with siblings, there's always going to be like laughter and a little bit emotional. It's a very emotional movie.
Absolutely. So, all of us, well, not all of us, but most of us have siblings in real life, so we will relate to this dynamic between the three of you for sure.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, I know we're tight on time, but I have to ask as well. I know you're also starring this summer you're speaking of directors, Wes Anderson, one of the greats of all time. You're going to be in Asteroid City that comes out. Jeff Goldblum, ScarJo, Tom Hanks. It's going to be a star-studded cast, but give us a teaser of what it was like to work with Wes. His camera work, it's so, and the way he stages his shots, he's such a quirky, unique, like auteur, like few directors you can actually call an auteur, but Wes is one of them. But yeah, what was it like working with Wes?
I mean, yeah, he is definitely a very different director than Dustin, where it's like he paints a picture. He's like painting a big mural, and right. Every little, every actor is just a different piece, and making everything, work together to make this portrait. And yeah, it was he's very exact. He wants one specific thing, and whenever you go on set, it's always like you have to stand in this specific place, you have to move in this specific way, and yeah, so it was also kind of crazy because I never knew who was going to be there. There's so many actors going in and out, and whispers saying, "Oh, this dude is here," this actor, and like they're there for 1 second and gone the next. So yeah, no, that was a really crazy experience. But I loved Wes Anderson, especially growing up, and I love Bottle Rocket and Royal Tenenbaums and all of his stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm a Tenenbaums guy. I think that's my favorite, but it's really hard to pick. There's so many gems. Grand Budapest, a lot.
So many.
Oh yeah. Well, final seconds. My listeners will kill me. They'll make me float too if I don't ask you about playing Beverly Martian. Really quick, Andy Muschietti. That it's one of the scariest movies of the last 10. Well, I was gonna say 10 years, but probably ever. But what was it like being on set and seeing Skarsgård as Pennywise? Like, were you as freaked out seeing him in the makeup on the set as we were watching it? He was terrifying.
Yeah, I think so. It's hard. It's been 7 years since that movie was shot, so I can't remember too much about it. But he's a he was definitely a scary clown. But the magic of having being super scary is kind of it's different being on set, because you get to see him in half clown makeup, trying to drink his tea through a straw, and it's kind of a very different experience. And he's also just a sweet man in real life, so it wasn't as scary as you may think. But that was it's so funny looking back on that now, and knowing these all the kids as kids, like when we were 14 years old, and I still keep in touch with them now, but it's very interesting how things played out. But yeah, I always look on playing Beverly being a part of it fondly. So yeah.
Yeah, you all kind of grew up together, like Stranger Things. You know, it's fun to watch your careers. It's going to be the future of Hollywood. It's going to happen. All right. Well, thanks so much for joining us. This is a big year for you. You know, so the adults, Asteroid City, Dungeons and Dragons came out too. Like, this is a big year for Sophia Lillis. One day you'll have an Oscar. I know it. I can tell. Thanks so much.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks so much for listening to Beyond the Fame with Jason Fraley. Our theme music is Scott Buckley's Clarion. Remember to give us a 5-star rating if you like what you hear. We'll see you next time.